of you sitting here this morning, you want to be successful? Can I see your hand? Thank you. How many of you don't want to be successful? Can I see your hand? How many of you would like to make some money? Can I see your hand? How many of you would like to make a lot of money? Can I see both hands? Thank you very much. Give yourself a big round of applause, everybody. If you want to be successful, if you want to be rich and wealthy, I want to share with you a very powerful principle that I learned more than 10 years ago. And this morning, as I share this with you, I hope it will inspire you as much as it did to me. So if you have a pen or paper, maybe you will quickly write it down. Maybe it will strike you right now, maybe it won't. But at some point in the near future, a light bulb will just light up and you say, wow, this is something really meaningful. This is something really very powerful. More than 10 years ago, somebody told me this. He said, Patrick, if you want to be successful, write this down. To be successful. To be successful. To be successful, I must. To be successful, I must. To be successful, I must choose the right father. F-A-T-H-E-R. No, he didn't say that. You see, if you want to be successful, you must have a compelling reason to be successful. What kind of reason do we need to have, everybody? Compelling reason. Not just an ordinary reason. We need a reason that's so powerful that it will drive us out of bed tomorrow morning. And we say, for this very reason, I am not going to muck around in my life. For this very reason, I will make full use of every second, every minute, every hour, every single moment of my life. You see, my friend, if you don't know the why, if you don't know why you want to be successful, if you don't know why you want to be rich and wealthy, you will never go and find out the how, right? If you don't know the why, you will never go and find out the how. Because it is our purpose that will always drive our passion. It is our purpose that will drive our passion. It is our purpose that will drive our passion. So is it okay if I quickly share with you how I discovered my compelling reason to be successful? Is it okay if I share with you my reason why I want to be rich and wealthy? Is it okay, everybody? Can I hear you sounding best, everybody? I don't know about you, I was born in a very poor family. When I was growing up, there were 7 of us living in a very small room. And I always say that the room is so small, even the mice are hunchback. Now let me ask you this question. In the Asian family, who is the luckiest in the family? Who is the luckiest? The one who is born the eldest as well as the one who is born the youngest. So my grandmother had a nice and cozy corner to herself. My youngest brother had a beautiful corner to himself. My eldest brother slept on the other side of the room. Now in the Asian family, who is the unluckiest in the family? Who is the unluckiest? The one who is born right in the middle. So I'm the one who's born right in the middle. So I get to sleep underneath my grandmother's bed. So if you look at my face, you'll find that it's a bit flat because of oversleeping underneath the bed. And every year when I was growing up, I was only allowed to eat one bowl of noodles, one bowl of rice. Sorry, one bowl of noodles. Because noodles is more expensive than rice, right? So guess which day of the year I have my bowl of noodle on my birthday. So for the first 10 years of my life, guess how many bowls of noodles have I eaten? Exactly? Cannot be 10 because first 2 years I was a baby, no teeth. So maybe 8 bowls of noodles. And in my little village, every evening, there's an old man who will come, he will carry 2 pieces of sticks, and then he will knock on the sticks. And he will produce a sound like this, kick, 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 cock, kick, cock, kick, cock. Now in my country, this is the man who sells the most delicious bowl of noodle you can ever imagine. Of course, that was the most delicious bowl of noodle until I came to the Philippines and I discovered every bowl of noodle is better than our bowl of noodle. So every evening the kick-off man will come and 7 of us will be standing at the window. The children will run from different parts of the village. I can still see it as if it is happening right before my eyes right now. I can still see them holding on to a fishbone noodle soup, and as they put the fishbone noodle into the mouth, as they squash the noodle into a fishbone, and the juices will just hit the head, and every delicious succulent noodle. Well, you guys look very hungry. Now I tell myself, I don't want to go through this kind of lifestyle. Not only do I not want to go through this kind of lifestyle, I don't want my children to go through what I've gone through. How many of you here are parents? Can I see your hand? Thank you. How many of you don't even know your parents here? Can I see your hand? I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. You want the best for yourself, you want the best for your children. So I thought that was the reason why I want to be successful, why I want to be wealthy in my life. Then later on, when I grew up, I had the good fortune of traveling around the world like most of you here. And I discovered every country, including this beloved, this beautiful country, every night, including tonight. As you and I go home to the comfort of our bed, as we go home to the comfort of our house, there will be thousands and thousands of people all over the world. They will be hungry, they will be impoverished, they will be disadvantaged. Tonight, as you lie on your bed, there will be thousands and thousands and thousands of children all over the world. They will be crying themselves to sleep. They'll probably be telling their father and mother, Papa, Mama, please go and earn some money. I'm very hungry, I cannot sleep. And I tell myself this, if you and I are successful, can we do more for this world? Yes or yes? Yes. Can I hear a resounding yes, everybody? Yes. If you and I are rich and wealthy, can we make this world a better place to live in? Yes or yes? Yes. So I believe this. I believe all of us should be successful. All of us should be rich and wealthy. In fact, if I want to stretch to the extreme, I want to tell you that God wants you to be a success. He doesn't want to make mistakes. He doesn't want failure. He wants you to go find your life. Why? So that you can make this world a better place to live in. Does it make sense, everybody? Yes. Okay, everybody, turn around to your neighbor on your left, the neighbor on your right, in front of you, behind you. Look at him eyeball to eyeball. Shake their hand, say, God wants you to be rich and wealthy. Everybody, turn to the neighbor on your left and right. Then God wants you to be rich and wealthy, everybody. Thank you. If you want to be successful and rich and wealthy, please listen to my story. My story started on the 21st of March 2003. And I can never forget the day for the rest of my life because that day totally changed my life forever. I was overseas doing humanitarian work. I received a call. Toot, toot. Hello, is that Mr. Leiw? Yes, Patrick speaking. Mr. Leiw, you better fly back home. Why? People are carrying things out of your office. They are carrying furniture out of your office. I said, how can this happen? You see, at that point in time, I left my company to a management team so that I can spend my time doing humanitarian work. And things were happening in my office during my absence. When I put out the phone, I did not feel very, very good. So I remember 22nd of March 2003. Why do I remember the day so well? Because I still have the stamp on my passport. 22nd of March 2003, I flew back to my office. By then, my management team had moved my office to one of the most beautiful business districts, right in the heart of the central business district. And we occupied a retail office space of a beautiful commercial building. And guess whose office we took over? When I tell you, I think you'll be shocked because I was shocked too. They took over the Bank of America's office space. And I hear everybody say, wow. So I went to the office and went to see my so-called managing director at a point in time. I said, is everything okay? He said, everything is okay. Here's an envelope. I said, what's in the envelope? He said, this is my resignation letter. I've decided to leave the company. I'm joining the competition. And by the way, a lot of the staff they're joining me. A lot of your distributors are joining me. We are leaving immediately right now. My wife and I dropped everything and went back to the office and we did an audit of the company. To our shock and horror, our sales was dropping very, very quickly. We were losing money every day. Every day when we opened the office door, we were losing thousands and thousands of dollars. And to make matters worse, we were carrying personal liabilities. If I tell you how much money I owed at one point in time, you'll probably be shocked. At one stage, I almost owed more than 16 million US dollars. Everybody say, wow. 16 million US dollars was a lot of money. Now, how many of you have got a problem in your life before? Can I see your hand? This is a perfect crowd. Not a lot of people have problems. What do you do when you have a problem? I don't know what you do. But I can tell you this, every night when I go home and I lie on my bed, I cry like a baby. I cried to a point where I went through what some people would call a half-death experience. A half-death experience is worse than a death experience. I cried until I had no more tears. And at nights when I sleep, when I slept curled up like this. And I used to wonder, why do I sleep curling up like this? Then I remember one day that all of us were sleeping in our mother's room like this. And every day when I walk out of my house to go to work, I walk around like a zombie. Whichever corner I turned to, I felt like the walls were crashing down on me. So what did I do? What will you do if you are in my position? Is it okay, for the sake of time, I give you the question, I also give you the answer? Is it okay, everybody? You sound like great HC student. Don't give me all the questions, give me all the answers for the examination. I talk to almost every single human I can imagine. I talk to my professor, my friend, my colleagues, my classmates, my army mates, my working staff, my coaches, mentors, teachers. I spoke to almost every living person I can imagine. I read almost everything I can read. I went to the library, I read every book, every periodical, every magazine, everything that I can lay my hands off. And I remember there was one night I was painted to a corner. There was no where I could turn to anymore. There was nothing else I could do. And I did something which I think all of us as humans could do. And I guarantee you this, when you come to the end of the road, you will do exactly what I did. I remember that evening, I went on my knees. And for the first time in my life, I poured out my heart, my soul, my mind, my spirit, every ounce of strength that I can master. I look up to the big friend up there, and I remember I screamed at the top of my voice, "Help me! Help me! I can't take it anymore! Help! Help me!" And when I was doing that, somehow I felt in my heart somebody up there speaking to me. I thought I was going mad. I thought I was going through an hallucination. I sensed that somebody was talking to me. And the message that he gave me were just two very simple words. How many words are there again, Ray? Two simple words. And the two simple words are, touch lives. Touch lives. And I was thinking, hey, this is an easy advice. Everybody should do that, right? Everybody should go out touching lives, right? Then I realized we don't really go out touching lives. We don't really do what we do as humans. We don't really treat humans as humans. You know, in fact, we have when we go to work, we have a department called a human what department? The human resources department. We treat humans as resources. And yesterday night, I Googled Philippines, and I Googled how happy the workforce are in Philippines. And the good news is this, the workforce in the Philippines are doing much better than most countries around the world. Give yourself a big round of applause. If you want to check my reference, just Google Gallup International Survey Philippines. Most workers in Philippines, most employees in Singapore, in Philippines, do you think they are happy or unhappy? Where do you think most Philippine workers are? Why don't we do this? We do a straw poll, okay? Most Philippine employees and workers are 100% happy. If you agree, just say yes, put up your hand. Is it okay, everybody? I want everybody to vote here. Most Filipino employees are 100% happy. Right? No. 22% right. 90% happy. 80% happy. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Most of you have not voted. Can I try it again? You need to just vote one number, okay? Most employees in Philippines, are they 100% happy? 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. Guess where most workers are? You don't have to believe what I say. Google it for yourself. Between happiness and unhappiness, most employees are at this level. And I used to think, you mean unhappiness, there's one more level below unhappiness. There is. The word is called disengaged. Everybody say disengaged. Only 21% of Filipino workers are engaged in their work. In other words, 79% of Filipino employees, when they go to work, they are disengaged. What do you mean by disengaged? Do you illustrate? Disengaged means they wake up in the morning, they unzip their brain, they take out their brain, they put in the refrigerator, they go to work. You know, the boss says turn left, they turn left, the boss says turn right, they turn right. Most employees in Philippines, just like most employees all over the world, they are unhappy. Why? Because most employees, most leaders have forgotten to touch lives. Everybody say touch lives. So I look at a big man up there, I say, if that's what you want me to do, I will do it. I will spend my whole life touching lives, transforming lives, helping lives. When I say yes, I heard him telling me that's not the end of the story, there's a part 2. I say, huh? You mean there's one more part? How many parts are there? It's like a Filipino serial movie, you know? It goes on and on as long as there's advertisers. And then I asked him, what's in part 2? And when he told me what's in part 2, I shuddered in fear. In fact, as I stand here this morning, I want to tell you this, I'm shocked, even until today, to hear what he told me in part 2. I'm scared to tell you what he told me in part 2. I'm frightened to the core to tell you what he told me in part 2. Really? I think they're not interested to hear part 2. Let's go home. How many of you are interested to hear what I heard in part 2? Say yes. Yes. I heard him say, go back to work tomorrow and tell all the employees 3 very simple words. And the 3 simple words are, I love you. When I heard that, I look up, I say, I don't want to talk to you, any more extension? Let me ask you this question, is love important to everybody? Turn to your neighbor on your left and says, I love you.
I love you.
I like the way you guys say it. Is love important? Yes! Turn to your neighbor on your left and say, I love you. No, I cannot, you know. You see, nobody taught us about love. How to apply love in the workplace. How to bring back love in our office. How to put love back in our operational business model, how to introduce love as a competitive edge. And especially for me, it's very hard to say I love you. I'm a man. How many of you can tell I'm a man? See, for ladies, for you to say I love you is very easy. For guys, for us to say I love you, somehow we have to really try very hard to connect the dots. It's not that I cannot try. I remember I went back to work one day. I turned on to the first guy. I look at him. You should see his face. I came here to learn. If you touch me, I'll kill you. I turn out to the first guy, I say, brother, I want you to know that you're important to me. You're not just a resource, you're not just an asset, you're not just an indicator. You're an important human to me. And you know why, right? Because I could not articulate the words. My employee turned around to me and said, boss, can you repeat again? I don't know what you said. I turned around to him again. I said, I want to touch your life. I want to bring out the best from you. I want you to live the best of life in your work. I want to walk this journey of life with you to be your friend. To help you live a meaningful, exciting, and fulfilling life. And you know why, my brother? You know why? Because and it went on for a while. I could not say the word. And then finally one day, I turned around to the first guy and said, brother, I want you to know. Tell me, brother. You don't have your wife here, right? So I want you to know I'm happily married, okay? Brother, I want you to know that I love you. And every day, this is what I have to do. I have to turn to all my workers and my employees and my distributors and say, I love you. Teach me how to love you. I'm not perfect. Show me how I can demonstrate love to you. Show me how I can show, to bring love back to this company, to this organization. Love is not just a word. Love is an action. Love is not just a noun, love is a verb. And from that day onward, I started to write what I call love letters. So if your lover goes send more love letters to you join my company, we write love letters to you every month. And they became a weekly love letters. Because I want to demonstrate how wonderful love will become if love is brought back to our company. And to cut a long story short, the atmosphere in my whole organization changed, and beyond my home office changed. From that day onward, our sales started to take off. People started to join us. Within the next 5 years, we became one of the fastest growing company in my company, in my country. At one stage in Singapore, we were ranked number 7th, the 7th fastest growing company. And by 2008, we became number 1 in my country for productivity. And within 5 years, we started to prepare ourselves to be publicly listed on our stock exchange. We became the first company in our industry to be listed on the stock exchange. And we won 44 business awards, 44 prestigious business awards. We became the most awarded company, not just in our country, I believe all over the world. Why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because through this painful experience, I discovered if you want to be rich and wealthy, if you want to be successful, you want to be a great leader, there are 4 very important dimensions you must never forget. How many dimensions again, everybody? I'm going to use the metaphor of a computer. The first dimension is called hardware. Everybody put your hand on a heart and say hardware. Everybody say hardware. Why do you do what you do? Why do you sell your products? Why do you recruit distributors? Why do you want to grow your business? Because where your heart is, there will your treasure be. Where your heart will lead you, there will be your destination eventually. The heart of every business problem is a problem of the heart. The heart of every distributor's problem is a problem of the heart. Why are you in this business? If you don't know why you're in this business, then I strongly suggest that tonight you do not sleep until you can find a compelling reason. A cause that's so high, so worthy that you're willing to die for it. And humans all over the world are looking for a cause. And you have it within you to find a cause. The second dimension is called hardware. Everybody say hardware. Everybody say hardware. You see, the best way for you and me to love our employees, to love our distributors, to love our suppliers, to love every member of our supply chain is to run the best company. Is to have the best structure, the best system, the best processes, the best procedures, and in the next 2.5 days you will be hearing all the wonderful speakers, experts from all over the world. They teach you how to create this wonderful structure, system, and process so that you can love the people by forming the best company. This is what I did. I decided I want to run the best company, so I decided I must achieve world-class standard. Everybody say world-class standard. And the good news is there are a lot of benchmarking studies. So I decided as a company that we will go and study all these world-class standards. For example, we became the first company to certify ourselves to ISO 9001, International Standards Organization. We also became the first company to be awarded the PEC standard. And we decided to go and compete with other companies, both within the industry and outside the industry. Why? Because we know how good we are. We know where we stand. We know that we are doing the best we can be. We are running, side by side with the best with the best. Hardware. The third dimension is called software. Everybody say software. You see, I don't care what business you're in, what product you're selling. Finally, all of us are in a people business. It is the people in our organization that make our organization work. It is the people in our team that make our team work. It is the people in our business that make our business work. It is the people in our government that make our government work. I don't care what business you're in, you are in a people business. Turn the neighbor to your left, turn the neighbor to your right, and say you are in a people business.
You're in the people business.
So my question to all of you is this. Do you love people, use things, or do you love things, use people? So in my company, if you have a chance to fly to my country, we have a wonderful building. And we have a valet service to make sure we look after our cars, park the cars for our people. When you walk into our building, you find that we have a child care center. We have a lot of single mothers, single parents. We started a childcare center to look after the kids. We have a restaurant, we have alfresco dining, we have a gymnasium, we have a sauna, we have a salon. In fact, at one stage, all my employees get a free haircut every month. We even have masseur and do a massage. We have hired a food reflexologist who do food reflexology. You know, when Google first came into my office, they were very impressed. I said, you have a much better facility as I found out, you know, in the States. They said we may have the hardware, but we don't have the software. Because in my company, we organize all kinds of activities. We have a health talk, we've got free medical checkup, we've got aerobic classes, exercise classes, we've got dancing classes, we bring them on movie nights, we bring them on shopping trips, we even organize picnics, we even organize overseas retreat, and we want them to bring their loved ones with us. The last dimension is called soulware. Every organization has a soul. Does the organization have a soul? Does the team have a soul? Do you work with a soul and go out there and touch lives and love people? So the last dimension is called soulware. We say soulware. You see, at the end of the day, we're not here just to make money. Money is good. We're not here to have the biggest distribution team. We're not here to run the biggest organization. I believe all of us, we are all micro entrepreneurs. We are all here because we want to go out there and change the world and touch lives and make the world a much better place to live in. So in my company, we call it the 6 C's. First of all, you know, we look after our colleagues. So in my business, in 2003, times were very, very hard. And everybody was doing the wrong thing. I put in black and white that we would never do the wrong thing. We will always do the right thing. So we got our employees together. We look after them. We tell them to do the right thing. We tell our customers, we will always stand by you. We will not do anything that's illegal, unethical, immoral, or dishonorable. Then we look after the community. So today in our office, we have an elderly program. We found that there were a lot of elderly people hanging around. We bring them to the office, we give them free medical checkup, we bring them parties, we organize training classes for them, we organize excursion for them. We have a growing elderly ministry. In fact, as we are speaking right now, we have 600 elderly coming together. Sometime in the next few days, we have a party together. Then the next C is called a country. So we run a charity that goes out there to schools and teach children life skills. Many of the skills that you and I need to learn, but we never learn in school. So we now have 1,500 volunteers. We train something like 20,000 students every year. We teach them things like wealth management, leadership skills. We teach them entrepreneurship skills. We teach them interpersonal relationship skills. We teach them conflict resolution skills, all the most important skills. 20,000 students. And then we have the next C, other countries. We decided to go different countries. At one stage, we used to run a humanitarian organization. We build houses, build toilets, build roads. And last year, I'm very, very happy to say this. I love Filipinos. If you have a chance, please be my Facebook friend. I have a fan page called Patrick Yu. Please be my friend. You will see that I just posted that I love Filipinos. I've actually wrote my... I said to the security people, you know, that I find that as I travel all over the world, the Filipinos are some of the most talented, some of the most friendly, some of the most vibrant people on planet Earth. Give us a happy round of applause. So last year, it was a tragedy to read about how Typhoon Yolanda hit this country. My heart broke. I was going through my own storm. But thankfully, together with my friends, we organized, you know, to raise money, to raise resources, to do crisis relief effort on the ground. So if you go to Google, you Google Singapore Mercy Relief, and you find that we have done a small little part for your country. We have done this for many, many other countries. Why am I sharing with this? I'm sharing with you all this because this is the first talk. Probably not the best speaker, but next 2 days you're going to hear wonderful speakers. This is a time for reflection. Why are you in this business? How do you run your business? How do you treat people? How are you going to contribute to the world around us? Can I just close with a story? Is it okay with me? Yes. In 1991, I went through another life-changing experience. In 1991, I was kidnapped. How many of you have been kidnapped before? How many of you would love to be kidnapped? Because I want to tell you this, in a friendly way, I wish all of you can be kidnapped because it's the time to force you to sit down and think and reflect. I was kidnapped in a strange country by strange people who spoke a strange language. They put me into a nice, beautiful house and locked me up for many, many days, many, many nights. One day they showed me a gun. They said, "Do you know what this is?" I said, "Of course I know. In my country, everybody has to be drafted. We all use guns and rifles." They said, "Do you know why I have a gun?" He showed me an identification tag. He said, "I am a police officer. I'm a trainer in the police academy. I train police officers to maintain law and order in this country. I've got policemen that kidnapped me." Another day they showed me a rifle. They said, "Do you know what this is?" I said, "I know this is called the AR-15, the predecessor of M16S1. You can blindfold me, I can strip it and reassemble it again." He said, "In case you're wondering, is this an illegal firearm?" He said, "I'm a soldier in this country." So I was kidnapped by a consortium comprising of policemen, soldiers, and businessmen. In fact, after a while, I told them, "You've got a beautiful business model. You kidnapped the wrong person. You should sell me some shares in your company. I will introduce some customers to you. I've got wonderful customers in Philippines to introduce to you." And Pili too, you know, he's a rich man. Today I can joke about it, but every night they push me in a room and they switch off the lights. I cannot turn on the lights in my room, so darkness was my companion for many, many nights. And I don't know about you. They say that when you come face to face with death, you cannot sleep. You'll be watching the greatest movie of your life. What is the greatest movie of your life? The greatest movie of your life is a movie about your life. And during those few nights, I saw myself growing up. I saw myself going to school, going to work, starting my own business until that point in time. Now a lot of people tell me, says Patrick, during those moments when you got out finally. By the way, I just want to assure you, I got out of the place safely and alive. Some people actually ask me, "Did you come out alive?" I said, "You know, in the church, I'm still alive." How many of you can tell I'm alive? Thank you. A lot of people ask me, "Did you have any regrets in those moments?" Now I wish I can tell you, like some of the poets and writers and singers, that I have no regrets. I wish I can sing to you and say, "Regrets, I have a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each other course, each careful step along the byway. Much more than this. I was doing it the wrong way until the point in time. I had regrets. Let me tell you what things I regretted about. There were two major things I regretted about. Let me tell you the second greatest regrets I have. In those many, many nights, I saw many faces crossing the eyes of my mind. I saw my classmates, my neighbors, my colleagues, my friends, my loved ones, my family members. And I asked myself this: what have I done for all these people? How have I made a difference to them? Have I truly gone out there and loved every one of them? That was my second greatest regret. And the biggest regret was when I look up and ask myself, what have I done for the person out there? And so when I came out of the place alive, I developed a value statement, a personal aspiration for myself. And the value statement is this: the best way for you and I to live our life is to live our life for others, not because of others. The best way for you and I to live our life is to live our life for others. The more we reach out to bless other lives, the richer and better our life will become. The more you and I reach out to bless other lives, the richer and better our life will become. See, our world has become a pandemic state. As we're speaking right now, there are many, many crises all over the world. There are many people who are crying out in loneliness, in sorrow and pain. You know, I came here with one vision. I want to join you brothers and sisters, because you guys taught the world what it means to start a people revolution. You were the one who taught the world that the world belonged to each and every one of us. Today, I want you to join me to start another revolution, to turn the world upside down, on the right side up. Today, I want to ask you to join me to start a revolution to bring love back to this world. Can I hear a resounding yes, everybody? Yes! Today, I want you to join me in a revolution to go there and touch lives and demonstrate love and make the world a better place to live in, because I hope one generation from today, our children and our nephews and nieces will turn on each and every one of us and say that was the generation that put their act together. That was the generation that eradicated poverty. That was the generation that brought love back. That was the generation that started a revolution. And we have every means to do it. Will you join me in this revolution, everybody? Yes! Can I hear resounding yes, everybody? Yes! Put your clench your fist like this, everybody. Clench your fist. When I shout revolution, I want you to shout revolution back. And as you do that, I want you to remember the phases of the different people that come across your life. And tell yourself this: when I walk out the room, I will bring back love. When I walk out the room, I will touch each and every single life. When we walk out the room, I will do my part to make this world a better place to live in. When I shout revolution, I want you to shout revolution back. Revolution! 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 Revolution!